Okay, so let us discuss third chapter of the module 3, uh, that is tuples. So in module 3 we have three chapters. First chapter is list and second one is the dictionary, and this is the third chapter in module 3, that is tuples. Okay, first let us consider the definition of a tuple. So what is a tuple? Tuple is a sequence of values. So tuple is a sequence of values, and each value in a tuple is called element or item of a tuple. Okay, so each value in a tuple is indexed by integers. Okay, so just like a list, in case of a list, each element is indexed by integer. Similarly, in case of tuple, so each element is indexed by integer. Okay, so we can create a, so we can have tuples of integers, we can have tuples of characters, we can have tuples of strings, so we can have tuples of any type. Okay, so three main characteristics of tuples are, so the first one is tuples are immutable. That means, so once we initialize the tuples with the values, we cannot change the values of the tuples. So that is why the tuples are called immutable. And the tuples are comparable. So what do you mean by tuples are comparable? We can compare the two tuples using comparison operator, greater than, equal to operator, so like that. Okay, so similarly the tuples are hashable. So here the tuples are hashable means, so using the key we can access the values which are stored in the tuples. Okay, so tuple is a sequence of values, and these values are indexed by the integers. So now consider, so how we can create the tuples, how we can create a tuple. So just we need to declare the name of the tuple. So here the name of the tuple is user defined name. We have taken the name of the tuple as tuple1. So which is initialized with these number of characters. So it is a character tuple. So each value in a tuple1 is character. So so here the elements are separated by, the values of the tuple 1 are separated by comma, and so we can enclose the tuple inside the bracket parenthesis, or using the parenthesis is optional. So remember, in case of list, the elements of the list are enclosed inside the square bracket, and in case of dictionaries, the elements of the dictionary are enclosed inside the curly braces, and in case of tuples, the tuple elements can be enclosed inside the parenthesis like this, or using the parenthesis is optional. See here, while we have declared the tuple called tuple1, and tuple1 is initialized with all these elements, but here we have not used the parenthesis, so using the parenthesis is optional. So this is how we create the tuple. So now we want to print the tuple values or tuple elements. So using the print output function, so we are passing the tuple1 as parameter. So here the tuple1 elements are like this. So while printing, all the elements are enclosed inside these two parentheses. Okay. So now consider, so other way of, so in other way also we can create the tuple like this. See here, so here we have created the tuple with single element. So here we have declared a variable called tuple1, so which is initialized with only one variable, and see here only one element a. Okay, character element. So here I told using the parenthesis is optional, so here we have not used a parenthesis while initializing the tuple, and here we have used parenthesis. And remember, see here, so this tuple 1 is initialized with only one character, so that character should be terminated with the comma symbol. Okay, so that is the syntax for declaring the tuple with single element. If the comma is not there, then this a is considered as a string, then tuple 1 variable will become a string variable. Okay, so here the tuple 1 is declared with a single element. That means that element should be ended with the comma. Okay, so now we want to print the tuple 1. So using the output function, we have printed it. Only one element is there. Now just for clarity, so we want to print the type of this variable. We want to check whether it is really a tuple or not. So using the type of function, type of is a built-in function. So we have used type of function. In case of our first module, it will return the uh, data type of this variable. Okay, the type of function. So it takes the variable as argument, and it will return, the type of function return the data type of the variable, which is passed as parameter or argument. So here for this print function we are getting the output. So class, for class of this tuple variable is tuple. So tuple 1 is a variable because here, so we have initialized a tuple 1 with a, which is ended with the comma. So that is very important. So now consider here. So similarly, so instead of writing the comma here, so we have not written comma. So we have declared one variable which is initialized inside the parenthesis, but there is no comma here. So in this case, just we want to know what is the type of this variable. So here it is printing the type of the tuple 1 variable is string. So that is why we told that, so whenever the tuple variable is initialized with the single element, that element should be terminated with the comma symbol. Otherwise the variable, this variable is considered as a string variable by the Python. Okay, so this is one way of declaring the tuples. Okay, similarly here, using the built-in function called tuple of. So using the built-in function called tuple of, we can declare the empty tuple. So later we can assign the values or elements to the tuple variable. Okay, so here we have taken the name of the tuple variable as tuple 1. So which is initialized empty tuple by using the tuple of function. See, in case of lists, we use the list of function in order to create the empty list. Similarly, in case of dictionaries, we use dict of function in order to create the empty dictionary. Similarly, in case of tuples, in order to create the tuple, we use the tuple of built-in function that will create the empty tuple. Okay, so just we are printing that empty tuple using the print function. See here, for this print function, so for this print function, so here tuple 1 is printed with empty elements because we have not initialized the tuple 1 with any values. Okay, so now consider, so here we have used a tuple function without passing any parameter. Now we can use the tuple of function by passing string as parameter. Okay, so we can initialize, we can use the tuple of function in order to declare a tuple variable, and for this tuple function we can pass string as parameter. We can pass string as parameter, we can pass list as parameter, or once again we can pass one more tuple as parameter. So here we have declared a tuple variable called tuple 1, and we have used a tuple of built-in function by passing string, that is collage, which is enclosed inside the double quote. Okay, so now see what happens. This tuple of function, it splits the string into individual characters, and each character will become the tuple element of this tuple variable. Okay, so that is how this tuple of with string parameter works. So tuple of function converts the string into individual characters, and those characters are assigned to a tuple variable, and each character will become the tuple element. So here using the print function, we are printing the tuple 1. So its contents are like this. See, all the elements are enclosed inside the parenthesis, and string is converted into individual characters of tuple elements. Okay, so now consider, so one more example we have taken. So here we have declared the tuple variable which contains only the character elements. So tuple of characters. So one more tuple 2 we have taken, which is initialized with the integers, tuple of integers. And one more tuple 3 variable we have taken, which is initialized with the strings. So it is tuple of strings. So we can have integer tuples, we can have so we can have the character tuples, integer tuples, and we can have string tuples also. We can have the tuples of any type, and also we can have tuples of different types. So in one tuple we can mix the character, integer and string elements. So that is